Hello, humanity. I love you all. This video is about true self dimensions and what it means. I believe identity and true self require dimensions so we can identify who we are, our true self. The way I went about it is by developing a system that confluences, a system that intersects right in the middle, at the heart of who we are. And the way I did it was to developing a system of dimensions, 10 dimensions, human dimensions, universal dimensions that apply to all of us, all humans. So let's start. The first dimension is body, the human body. Within this dimension, you can imagine the type of elements that form part of who you are. Things such as your genes, your diet, your wellness, your fitness, your age, your DNA, all these different things that make you, your makeup, all the different categories, dimensions, and elements that build up and embody you from a body point of view, from a physical point of view. And this applies to everyone across the board. All humans. If you are a human, you have a body. So let's start there. Dimensions. So that's a good way to pinpoint specific physical things about you that make you unique, that make you authentic, that make you who you are. It pinpoints directly to the heart of the matter, which is true self. A foundational part of identity, body, the human body. The second dimension is family. We wouldn't exist if we didn't have a mom and a dad. A lot of us might not have them, might have lost one of them or both of them. But the reality is that if you are a human, you came from someone's womb. And that womb was your mother's. Whether you know her or not, that's irrelevant. What matters is that you came from a woman's placenta. You came from the biology of gestation. And the way we organize ourselves in society when it comes to that, for the most part, is around family. Some of us don't have families. I understand that. But a lot of us do. So this is a pretty good way, a category to put the human family in. So the elements of this dimension are your siblings, if you have any, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your children, if you have any, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. As you can see, it's a pretty big spectrum of where you are, where you come from, your ancestry, your ancestors, your predecessors, those who came before you, and also your successors, your legacy, those who came after you, the ones that will inherit the earth, those that came here through who you are, your bloodlines. as a human, we all have a bloodline where we come from. The Maori people call it whakapapa, which means where you come from originally, your people, your ancestors. They also use the term tipuna to refer to this idea, your roots, your source, your point of origin, in a way, from a family point of view. This applies to all humans, regardless of who you are and where you're from. We all have a body. We all have a family. The third dimension is your origin, your roots. This is essentially where you came from. The context, in a way. Things like your birthplace, your mother tongue. In my case, my mother tongue is Spanish. I'm Latino. Things like your legacy, your heritage, all these different things that essentially pinpoint to a specific time and place, a location, a context where you came from, that essentially is fundamental for you to understand who you are. This is an extremely important component of understanding who you are, where you came from. So this is your origin dimension. And as you can see, none of these dimensions are set on stone. This is not just like the ones I'm saying and that's it. No. There are so many other categories and elements within each of these dimensions that you can fill in the blanks for yourself as it starts to make sense and the idea deepens in your subconscious and your mind starts to flourish the concept on a day-to-day basis through your actions and your thoughts and the way you go about your days. The fourth dimension, fundamental to identify the heart of the matter, which is pinpointing your true self, triangulating to get there, is your surroundings. That is your current surroundings or your past surroundings. Things like cities where you've lived or the city where you live. Nature, your access to nature, the nature around you, or the nature that you've been exposed to through trips, travels, or life itself, your experience, your journey. Things like the country where you grew up, the nationality that you have, all these different things, the country where you live, the countries that you visited, all these things build up and help with the threading of the fabric of who you are. Your home, your dwelling, your house, where you live. Super important. You spend a lot of your time at home. All these things matter when you're developing as a child, your home. And as you grow older, the houses that you choose to call home. This all matters. Your neighborhood, your neighbors, the people around you who surrounds you. Those things are fundamental. They are key elements. They shape us in many ways. They influence us constantly. They influence us in a big way. That's the fourth element. The fourth dimension. The fifth dimension has to do with a very human thing, emotions. Emotions is the fifth dimension. Things such as mindfulness, your ability to be self-aware and understand the moment. Things like your mental health, the state of your mind state. Are you a happy person? Can you identify through self-seeking and self-awareness where you at from an emotional and a feelings point of view at a given time? The way you react to things, the way people treat you based on your behavior, how you portray yourself in society, the way you go about your days, how you react to your feelings, the way you feel, how you feel. All these things matter because we're emotional beings, humans. It's a fundamental part of who we are. This is a crucial dimension. The fifth dimension, emotions. Emotional intelligence, EQ, your ability to engage with other humans and understand them and see where they're coming from and connect and try to have that human level connection, that humanity, that level of humanity that connects us with us all, that makes us human, our humane side of things, our benevolence. Can we relate? Can we connect? Can we have tact? Are we tactful enough to deal with the circumstances, the people around us? It's a fundamental component of leadership. Emotional intelligence, EQ. Empathy, your ability to empathize with others. This is key. Feelings, how you feel about it. All these things, this is a not exclusive list. There is many other ones that you can explore yourself that encompass emotions as a dimension of true self. The sixth dimension of true self is skills, your knowledge. The name of it is knowledge, the knowledge dimension. So those are the skills, your skill set, your tool set, the things that you have that make you capable of doing and achieving things, your experience, your know-how, your expertise, education, other languages that you speak, that make you who you are, that shape your identity, your true self. Abilities, innate abilities, knacks, all these different things that you're good at, all these things, they all fall within this category of knowledge. Remember what knowledge is. Know is obviously understanding, and ledge is the edge, is the cliff. So knowledge is the cliff of what you know, the point until you understand things clearly. So your knowledge is everything within the ledge of knowing, of understanding. So that's your knowledge. You can expand that. You can always expand your boundaries. Your dimension of knowledge can expand infinitely as you grow and develop as a human. It's part of our experience here on earth. It's part of who we are. In fact, if you go deeper and know that knowledge is understanding, then you can start to think about what understanding is. Understanding. You are under the stand. You can see the foundation, the structure of things above you, the stand. Understand. You are under the stand. You can see the foundation. You can see the structure, the pillars, the things that build the mechanisms upon which people stand, understand things and see their perspectives, their views, their beliefs. So understanding is obviously seeing beyond. Having a clear understanding means really seeing what it is that holds knowledge together. So this is a fundamental component of true self. Knowledge, understanding of who you are, what makes you unique, your identity, your true self. The seventh dimension is productivity, the way in which you are productive with your time, your energy in society, the things that you do, the actions that you take with your skill sets and your knowledge. Things like entrepreneurship. If you're entrepreneurial and you have tendencies of creating new things and disrupting systems and trying to find opportunities and filling gaps, those are part of who you are. That's your nature. Things like volunteering. Are you driven to help? Do you seek helping? Do you like to be part of different causes, different things that fulfill you, regardless of what those things are? It matters not. What matters is that you know who you are and what you like and what you want to do, your desires, your wishes. Then we have profession. What you do, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you are a business owner, if you are a salesperson, it doesn't really matter. An athlete, your profession, what you profess, what you do with your actions every day, breadwinning, the way you make a living, the way you go about your days. Vocations, hobbies, things that you really enjoy, that you like, that you have a passion for, that you can spend a long time doing, things that you truly, truly love and enjoy, that you're passionate about, your vocations. Could be sport, could be anything, doesn't really matter. Your hobbies, these things are truly crucial. They really pinpoint at your true self. They go inward, identify who you are. They open up the door to identity. They all come together. You see these 10 dimensions. And obviously, as you start to explore in this self-journey of self-discovery, you start to see how it works and how everything starts to make sense as you start to map out who you are and how you go about day-to-day life. The 8th dimension of true self is money. We live in a society where money is required. Money is part of it. We were born into this system in which money is the tool that we use, the medium of exchange. We exchange value with a token that we call money, that we as a society agreed upon as the mechanism of exchange for goods and services, for value. That's just the way society has evolved throughout millennia. So money is this mechanism that we have, that we developed as society, as humans here on earth. So this is an important dimension. Things like wealth, the wealth that you have, the things that you own, the things that, are essentially of a monetary value in a way, assets, etc. Things like investments. If you have an investment of any level, it doesn't really matter. Things that you're investing your time and energy in that might have a monetary return, financial gains for you, for your family, for yourself, for your identity, your true self. All these things are important. Income, how you make money, whichever mechanisms, whichever streams, it doesn't matter. The goal you go about it is what matters. Understanding that helps you understand who you are and why you do the things you do. Your net worth, things that you currently own that add up to some value in society. These things matter. Savings, for example. These are just examples of what this dimension represents, money. So you can fill in the gaps, fill in the blanks. The 9th dimension is network, is who you know, who's who in your area of influence, your sphere of influence, people that you know, that you have access to, degrees of separation, first degree, second degree, third degree, people that you engage with, people that you met, people that knows you, all these different networks, all these different groups that you engage with in society. Things like communities that you're part of. Say you like sports that you play, tribes that you belong to. Say that you like watching comedy, live comedy. Well, you belong to a tribe, say a group of people who engage in watching comedy with you at live events. Friends of all sorts, friends in general, that's part of your network. Acquaintances, that matters too. People that you met, that you have a connection with, a tie, whether it's strong or weak, it doesn't really matter. It's just that connection. I'm giving you ideas so you understand what I mean. Colleagues at work, at uni, all these different things are part of your network. And in a big way, the people that you surround yourself with influence you. So obviously your network is a pretty good idea to determine avenues and hints as to who you are and what you like and the things you do and why you do them. So it's important to consider that dimension in your day-to-day life. The 10th dimension is wisdom. What do I mean by this? Wisdom. Your morals, your ethics, your values, your principles, your beliefs, all these things that give you this deep sense of meaning, that anchor you in a way, that really shape a lot of the decisions and the things that you do and the whys in your life. Each person is different. We are all unique and we all have special lives. We have had lives that shape us and make us, and through our experiences, throughout the different 10 dimensions, we start to shape ourselves. And this concept of wisdom, and those are our morals, our ethics, principles, beliefs, and values. This is fundamental because this is essentially that thing that really, really ticks, and the thing that makes us really behave and take action. So wisdom matters a lot. So understand your morals, things you believe in, your ethics, your values, what drives you, what guides you. All these things matter, the whys in your life. These things are fundamental. So if you look at the image at y.how/true self dimensions, you would see that the image is self-explanatory. True self is at the heart of it, the epicenter, and then you have the dimensions emerging from it. So you go in to understand your true self. And this is fundamental, my fellow humans, to understand who you are so you know where you're headed, so you can have a purpose and understand the reason why you're here, why you exist, your purpose. I love you all, and I want you to know that I'm with you. I love humanity. I love Earth. You have a wonderful day. I'll be talking to you soon again.